Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about a narcissist and their friends, or I should say their lack of friends. I record these videos or talks kind of impromptu. I've got so many things that I can say, and sometimes it's hard to even pick just one topic, but I really want to kind of give some people some of the warning signs at the very beginning of meeting someone who is a narcissist before they've kind of zeroed in on you to love bomb you and turn you into their main supply. And one of the warning signs is the fact that narcissists look like they have a lot of friends, but they don't have any. And as I, learned about narcissism and reflected a lot on my relationship with my narc, on first, meeting him, he was, an instructor for a fitness school. And so he had a lot of students. And it really did look like he had a lot of friends as well. And we always had a lot of people and couples to go out with, but they were students, and all the socializing that went on really was just, clients almost that were paying him to teach. And even though you socialized a lot after, you don't, they weren't proper friends. Like, they weren't true friends. And, and after, we had been dating for a while, and, even during the love bombing and when we kind of cemented our relationship and moved in together, it's when I noticed that his friends were very, very few. And looking back on him now, those friends, the few friends that he did have, get discarded just the same. It's as if he only keeps a friend if that friend can someday provide him with fuel now or in the near future. And if they can, if they haven't got a fuel source that they can provide him with, he really doesn't see any reason to keep them as even an acquaintance or a friend. And I remember I did notice this when I was in his school, and I was a student of his. I was a student of his for a few months before, we started dating. And one of the questions he asked absolutely everyone he met was what they do, which seems like a normal question to ask someone, but he would ask it in the middle of the class. And the way I saw him asking for what they did for a living, he was actually asking to see if their occupation could somehow provide him with some sort of fuel or something that he would needed. Like, say, if you say we're a tech person, like, he would almost befriend you because he might need you to fix his computer someday. Or if you were like a doctor or veterinarian, I'm going to keep you as a friend in case I need, in case my dog gets sick or my cat gets sick. Or if you're a mechanic, it's like, now we're friends because, I might need someone to help me fix my car. And then he would meet someone who, worked in a bank or did something just very not, needing to have anything to do with them. Yeah, he really discarded those people, and devalued them straight off. It didn't matter how nice of a person they were, if they were interesting, if they're, he basically just got to know and kept the people that could actually do things for him. And that included someone who was willing to, become a student teacher of his. And so, and that, where, people clued in on that, and you can feel it when someone is only friends with you in case they need something from you, and it was apparent especially when I talked to other people that, he discarded, and he just took off, and all his friends behind didn't even say goodbye when he left, and some of my close friends that I was good friends with, they would, confide in me after, like long after the discard, about how, and like I had, to give you an example, I had a couple friends over for dinner, and the very first guy that I had started dating after my divorce. And after the dinner party that I had, my two friends that were friends with me and my narc, during my marriage, they came up to me and they said, "Wow, it was so nice to have someone just ask us questions about our life." And I'm like, "Really?" And they're like, "Yeah, because my narc he was so not interested in anybody else's life unless it had something to do and feed him." So every time, and now I notice, like, yeah, every time we were around people, he would disguise talking about himself and always just talk about the things that he did or the things that he was involved with, and he just wouldn't ask anyone questions unless it's a question of something that they can get fuel from. And it's that mentality that they have with all the people in their lives. And that's why they really just don't have any friends. Any long-term good relationship with good friends is because he doesn't want them unless they can provide fuel for him. And if they can't, then they get discarded. And he has no value to invest in them, and he has no reason to keep them. Like he really does not know why you would keep someone as a friend if they can't do anything for you. They really don't have the concept of being friends with someone for no reason except to be friends, right? Because being friends, he sees as being friends with someone is draining, right? Having to offer them time without benefit to themselves. I mean, they really see that. They see friendship like that, right? And they are better off in their mind having no friends, because friends are too draining for them. Remember, narcs cannot provide fuel. They can't generate their own fuel. So friends, is supposed to be a give and take relationship with friends, right? But with a narc, it's only one-sided because they cannot generate their own fuel, and they have to receive fuel from everybody, whether you're a main supply or a secondary supply. And the thing is, they'll drain all the other people they know because they're not able to give their part in a friendship. And so they just don't have any friends. And they're not even upset about that, right? Like, for the most part, why they don't have friends, because they at that time can't see anyone really wanting to. Hang on. Sorry, there was just someone at my door. So, yeah, there's no reason why a narc would have friends unless that friend can be a secondary fuel source for them, because they can't provide fuel as a friend to them because they cannot generate it on their own. So if you're questioning if the person that you have met recently or considering dating is a narcissist, or if you did date a narcissist and you're looking for, confirmation and clues about, if this person is truly a narc, because they're hard to spot if you've never encountered one before. I wanted to give you guys that kind of example of what friends mean to a narc and why they don't have any. It might seem like they do, but they really don't have any friends. And that is a big red flag for someone just to not have any friends. And like my narc lived in this city almost his entire life. He went to high school here and everything, and he had no friends. He knew hundreds of people and he had no friends. So I'll leave it there. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Please leave me your comments. I will always read them, and I hope this helps someone help identify a narc. And I hope you can find this channel as a place to find solace and find your tribe as we all move forward as survivors post narcissism.